All right. Good morning and welcome in here on this Tuesday
Time to
morning
go 1-0.
as the vibes are picking up here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Why not?
Got to find a way. Scratch and claw your way through the week. It has been
It's Tuesday.
It's been a long, what?
1 day.
48 hours?
Yeah.
If that?
65.
Something like that. It's been long. It's been rough.
The morning games really take it out of you.
It is like, if you're going to play 11 a.m.,
You better win.
you better win because it makes the rest of your Saturday awful. And then it really rolls into every other day that you live. And it's been a long couple of days. But we're trying to pick the vibes up.
Two claps for NBA YoungBoy. Ready.
I am, my voice sounds better than I anticipated this morning. When I was going to sleep last night, I was like,
Uh-oh.
my throat hurts.
Were you rapping?
Talk, of course.
All of the words?
Yeah, not all. Not all the words. I was in attendance for NBA YoungBoy's concert in New Orleans last night. Made it through. It was his birthday yesterday, so it was the birthday concert. And he brought out Webby, Juvenile, Sexy Red. Brought out all the hits. And it was a good time. Myself and Christian also joined me, which was the entertainment of the night, was watching Christian's
Culture vulture.
dynamic in the building.
Very much a private school child.
Yeah, I think I forget that sometimes.
Well, he needs to remember it.
Oh, that's what I was like. It's kind of a good thing y'all brought me with you.
Yeah.
Like, because it was their tickets. He just, and I was like, it's just probably a good thing I'm with you because
You've never walked through a metal detector before.
you don't know where you're at.
No. Don't say that.
As much as they've been around New Orleans, because New Orleans,
Different parts of New Orleans.
right, and so
I'm sure they
It
can
was a
get
good
you.
time.
His parents probably have a standing reservation at Galatoire's.
I don't think their parents were happy. They didn't tell their parents they win.
Oh, well.
Christian sits down and mock. Why'd you just complete an 80-mile drive to New Orleans? And I was like, oh, Chrissy. But
That's so funny that, like, Christian is young enough to where his parents would be like, you can't go.
right.
He's in college. But he's also still parented like a child,
course.
as he should be.
Yeah, no, I mean but it was a good time.
He's stunted, I will say.
And then try to see how you guys are feeling. Sabrion's feeling better today.
Got
Kenny
it all
Malala,
out.
good morning, Ting Pins. Hope everyone has a wonderful, productive, and blessed day. Go Tigers. Charlie Oliver, I woke up. I'm still officially off the BK train. Slat with some questions. Wolfgang, BK is still sleeping. Anybody swinging by to pick him up and bring him to the Tour Football Ops building today. God, going through all the comments. Appreciate all of you joining us, hanging out with us here on this Tuesday morning. Everyone that called in yesterday, thank you very much. It was a fun show. I always enjoy when you are going through the loss and the stresses and the worries and the complaints and the pain that comes from a loss like this past Saturday. That's why we do the phone calls on Monday, because it really does make you feel better.
Mm-hmm. Get it all out there.
And you know you're not alone. We're all going through this together. We're all struggling.
We're all
hurting.
friends here.
We're all friends here.
Except for Christian and the mic'd up chat yesterday. I had to tell him to go fuck himself. But other than that, all
gosh.
friends.
There you go. Other than that, all buddies and pals. But we appreciate all of you, definitely. And we appreciate everyone that called in and everyone that's tuning in here on this Tuesday morning. As LSU does play football on Saturday. This coming Saturday, they play Texas A&M. And I'm going to get into it a little bit later on. I'm very intrigued by this Saturday and kind of what it's going to look like. Not really on the field as much as all that goes on around it. Like, they put out the graphic that it was sold out yesterday, which I'm sure it is. Will that stadium be rocking the way it could have been? And if it is at one point, how long does that last? It's just a very interesting weekend because I think if LSU is going to win out and find ways to get victories, a lot of it's going to have to do with obviously the players on the field, not as much anybody on the sideline or in the booth, and then the fans in the crowd, especially for this Saturday. And I've seen a lot of energy. Like I think there was somebody on Twitter, like turning their attention to almost cheering for the Aggies, which I don't think, regardless of how bad it got at LSU, I could bring myself to that point of like, no, I want Texas A&M to win this weekend just to pull the plug and blow up this whole operation. I can't bring myself to that point because it's still Louisiana State University. It's still the purple and gold. It's still those three letters. And as much as it's changed and it's fallen off a tad bit, and I don't like the direction it's headed, still would love for the guys on this team to find a way to win. And I'm just very interested to see what Saturday's going to look like. But today, Brian Kelly met with the media yesterday. We're going to react to some of the sound bites from that today because there were a handful of quotes that caught a little bit of traction from his press conference yesterday. And really just the vibes of the press conference overall. And that's what I'll turn the question in the chat to. I'll ask all of you. Y'all's takeaways or thoughts on the energy and the vibes of the press conferences, whether it's the post game on Saturday or getting back to the table and the podium yesterday. How do you guys feel about, I guess, the energy or the answers given in those press conferences? Lloyd, you as well. You're just before we dive into more of what the show will consist of today. Your thoughts on the vibes, the energy, and the answers in a press conference like yesterday?
I think you could even go a step before that. LSU football, I don't know what they're doing on social media right now, but that's here nor there. They put out the BK breaks down the Xavier Thomas touchdown in this week's film room as if that wasn't luck.
Yeah, what's there to break down? The play design?
He wanted Jared Nussmeier to get off his read a little bit quicker. He thought he could have got to the backside, and that's why we had it designed. We had it drawn up for that, for Garrett to be able to, read the entire field. The first comment and the most liked comment, break down how pussy we are. And the other one was break down your buyout. Like, that's, you can't put out anything. Like, you just, and I will say the same thing to probably Brian Kelly. Like, if you don't have anything good to say or anything positive to say, which he doesn't, just don't really say anything at all.
Right.
At this point, those non-minuters are worth it. Just give yourself, this was the most, also. You can't win right now. That's all I'm saying.
Not at all.
Even after the presser, there's nothing that he could have said or that you expected to hear that would make you change your tune about LSU football. And I had this conversation with Mikey and Jay Mitch yesterday where I was like, even if Jared was like, do you realize what LSU has to do for this season to be a success, or Brian Kelly to be a success at LSU? It's like something they've never done.
Mm-mm.
And that's when you really put it in totality. Like, you have to win out.
Yeah. And
not just win out the regular season. You have to continue to keep winning. And it's like, when you look at it that way, it's like, that's probably not going to happen. Right?
And that's, I think, one of the more stressful parts about it is because if you wanted me to draw it out for you or map it out for you or draw a...
Everything's still right in front of you.
I could make a path, like 1,000%.
Oh, the path.
The path.
Graduate champions.
Yeah. I can, genuinely, breaking it, looking at, if it's just all on paper and it doesn't take into account anything, I can make you a path into the playoff because everything's right in front of you, and there's so much going on just in the country in totality. Like, in college football, that's been the discussion since, week one? Has been it's all right there. It's wide open, and we're not saying that just to say it. I think if you turn on college football, you can kind of see that it's not just pack it up. It's Alabama football like it used to be from 2009 to 2020. It's not just, Georgia dominating like it was 21 and 22. It's wide open. The opportunities there. Now, Georgia and Alabama are still very much in the mix. But it's not just signed, sealed, delivered, there's your national champion. Indiana's the number 2 team in the country.
Texas went to overtime against Kentucky.
Yeah, Missouri and Auburn went to overtime. It's all right there.
Texas A&M won by 3 points.
Against Arkansas, which we will also talk about in a second because they're still on LSU schedule as well. So it's like if the room is a mess, but if you're trying to get to the bed, I can move some stuff over in the floor and make you a path. That's what LSU football's got right now, where you can make a path there, but it's like, how realistic is it that you're actually going to be able to pull that off? And I think that's where a lot of the stress comes with, because you can see the path, you can see the way, you can see the map to get to where you're supposed to be, but you have no trust or belief in the fact that it's possible. We will also get into the 3 keys to victory that we broke down at the end of last week. We will revisit those and see the weight that they carried in the game, if we were right or wrong, but also open the discussion back up to what happened last Saturday and the way those things kind of shook out. LSU baseball over the weekend brought some positivity. As they had some fall ball. Shout out to our guy John Eads. We're going to play a little clip from his Twitter. It should just be, it's probably one of the first clips on his Twitter, Lloyd, where he broke down some of the highlights from Sunday's LSU baseball scrimmage. You see some Catholic high school studs, William Schmidt, Jack Ruckert, Daniel Harden showing out. Derek Curiel making a big-time catch in the outfield at his new center field position. Zach York crushing a baseball once again. Shout out to John. He does excellent work all year round. High school football, everything he does, but baseball he has, and credit to him. He made the decision he was gonna
his baby,
put in the work, and this was gonna be his baby, and he has crushed it for the past 2 seasons. He definitely made the jump from 24 to 25. Been a huge piece of covering that national championship team. He's getting it kicked off now. Here is John Eads breaking down Sunday's scrimmage highlights. There are some of the highlights from LSU baseball over the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, as they scrimmaged one another, continuing their fall ball, bringing some positivity to the timeline.
Was that on the White House lawn?
It was not.
Oh.
That would have been awesome, though, if you could have got Kate Anderson to throw a pitch on the White House lawn.
Well, they got the gat.
They did, and credit to them. Excellent. The opportunity was right there.
They took it.
And they took full advantage of it, and 2 claps for that. Ready. Great job by LSU baseball. Whose idea do you think it was?
William Schmidt.
Really? He was definitely bought in the like.
He saved it.
He was all in.
He was the one that was 10 toes down on the whole thing.
My thought process was between him,
Jake Brown.
I was thinking Gavin Guidry.
Probably. Was he here in 2019?
No,
I'm just saying.
He was a freshman in 23. But my thought process was between those two because they seemed the most bought in with the bit. But credit to them. We're going to get flagged, but I still want to play it because it is that much fun to watch. The vibes around LSU baseball. This is the positivity right here. You want some positivity for your week? It's coming from LSU baseball.
Yeah, they've said. I mean, Jay Johnson continues to save you.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. I mean, if you just
he's basically taking over your 365.
Not only should you watch what goes on the weekend in fall ball, then you get to see them in the White House yesterday, shaking hands. Malam, however he said it, it was hilarious. Malam, where is he?
No.
Strong hands. Wow, they're ripping my hand apart. It was hilarious, but. The get the gat in the White House.
Stand down.
Too far. But the get the gat in the White House was a great execution by LSU baseball. Once again, when things are going right, they just keep going right.
That's right.
And for LSU baseball, they just keep going right. And Schmidt sets the phone up.
The Jake Brown's gonna work there. Okay, and there we go.
There he is.
That's my guy, dude.
I mean, he definitely makes the video.
Yes.
Like everyone, they're keeping it calm with this one, and then
What are we doing here, boys? If we're gonna do it, let's do it.
go big or go home. We're in the White House, cuz.
I got my 2A.
There he goes.
Yeah.
When it's going right, it's going right. Shout out to LSU baseball, man. Thank you for putting a smile on my face. Thank you for putting a smile on my face. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So good, bro. The vibes couldn't be more different between LSU baseball and LSU football.
Right.
Like, could not
Need
be
you.
any different.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable. But shout out to LSU baseball. William Schmidt, great job. Shout out to John Eads for those clips from before.
Balloon.
But the vibes over there high. And they also have the best staff in the country. I don't know if y'all saw the picture on, I believe Jay Johnson posted it or LSU baseball posted it. No, Jay Johnson posted it. Him and his staff lined up in the while at the White House at the Capitol. I don't remember which building it was, but they're posted up, and it's just the best staff in the country, maybe in any sport. Like, in totality of college sports, might be the best staff in general, with Yeski, Jordan, Tutko, just go down the list, Martin, all the guys they have on that staff might just be the best staff in college sports.
And you've been able to keep it together.
And after winning a national championship, they're still here. All still together. I mean, check that picture out.
Telling my kids this is the Avengers.
Like, that's as good as it gets. That is the best staff probably in college sports. Posted up. Man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The dynamics over at LSU baseball and the difference between that and football. Shout out to Jay Johnson. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So much. So much. But yeah, into the show for this morning. Appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us and joining us. We're going to get into our 3 keys to victory that we laid out for LSU Vanderbilt. Lloyd picked 3. I picked 3. And we're going to discuss kind of how those things shook out. Lloyd, I will start with your first one because I think that it was probably the biggest key to victory, most important key, the most key.
The biggest key.
And it might have been the one you failed on the most. You said, make Pavia feel you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe Pavia felt anything besides comfortability and excitement.
Yep.
On Saturday.
That was really the one, I guess the one thing that you were, I don't want to say scared of, but the one guy that could beat you, you couldn't let beat you, so I wanted to be able to. And there were spots in that football game where LSU did get after him.
Yes.
But then he made a play. And that was the difference. Like, you bring a corner cat blitz that has worked. It worked against Clemson. It's kind of your go-to play. You've done it multiple. You did it against Florida.
Everybody.
That's your go-to when I need to make a play or get a stop. It has been, here comes some pressure.
Cat corner blitz.
And it worked until it didn't. Because it was all set up.
Right.
Everything was right in front of you until Pavia disappeared. And it happened multiple times, whether it was him making plays or Vanderbilt just absolutely scheming you up.
Right.
You got outcoached. I keep hearing out physical. That's fine. It's also true. But at the end of the day, you got outcoached. And I think that's why this conversation is the way that it is, because also LSU's only lost 2 games, both in conference against 2 teams that are pretty good, and you've lost by a combined 12 points.
Right.
But people are forgetting that part.
Of
They
course,
should, because you saw what your future looks like.
Well, and on top of that, then you start to dissect the wins as well, and the wins haven't been very pretty either. You haven't none of the wins have been
Dominant.
even relatively good win. You've had ugly wins all the way through. Even through 7 games, you haven't played pretty at all, except against Southeastern. But on the front of making Pavia feel you, they did have some plays where they, like BK said it yesterday, where they dialed it up. They had it exactly where they wanted it. And on one of the cat corner blitzes, nobody kept outside leverage and kept contained. I think it was Woodland coming off the edge and Perk was blitzing right into Pavia's face, and they kind of both went inside, and Pavia was just able to get around. Pyburn, handful of times, got back there, wasn't able to finish the job. There were a handful of times that Pavia made the play, and that's a credit to him, because a lot of quarterbacks can crumble under pressure, don't have the ability to get out of those messes, and fall victim to the pressure, to the fact that you've got 2 guys running at you, and Vanderbilt was prepared for it. And so Pavia, mostly to a credit to himself, didn't feel the LSU defense, really, except for a handful of times. I think that big 3-and-out or turnover on downs, was it, before in the first half, and then the 2 3-and-outs later on in the second half, where your defense made some plays, answered the call. But other than that, Diego Pavia did not feel LSU whatsoever. He was fully comfortable all game. And that rolls into my first point that I made, was Pavia's arm. And by Pavia's arm, I meant don't let Diego Pavia's legs control this football game. And he made some throws. It's not a knock against his throwing ability or his arm or anything of that, their passing offense. It's similar to how when we talked about Trinidad Chambliss and the way that they make the throws as well, yes, but the way that they can beat you by getting off the field, keeping plays alive, doing all the, not getting out on third downs, are by using their legs. Pavia used his legs extremely well. A rushing touchdown late in the game that kind of put the dagger in the heart. He continued to scramble away from pressure, and he was able to use his legs to win that football game.
I mean, both runs, right?
What?
I mean, he got down to the 1-yard line.
Right.
So it could have been 2 20-plus yard rushes, but then he also gets in anyway on a
Well, no, even the big third down, didn't he run for that one at the end of the game?
Yes.
He won the football game with his legs. Not that he didn't make the throws, because he did.
Well,
he played a good game. I mean, he only threw for 160-something yards?
160.
But he made some throws that were not wow throws.
Timely.
He made timely throws. They weren't very crisp. There were times where Stowers went up, made some impressive catches. He made timely throws, made the right decisions. He was decisive. But really what beat you was the fact that you let Pavia do what he wanted to with his legs. And the reason that is cause for concern is because on Saturday you're playing Marcel Reed, who, dare I say, may be a little more dynamic running the football than Diego Pavia. Maybe not as
seasoned.
Yeah, that's a good word. But he's faster. He's a better athlete in that sense. He's got a little more wiggle, a little more shake to him in the open field. Probably faster. But I don't think their offense is structured as well as Vandy is around Pavia's ability. But that's where the concern comes in, is you're going to have to face another mobile quarterback that can beat you with his legs, and did last year once again. Lloyd, your second point was injury effects. So essentially not allowing the LSU injuries to affect LSU's ability to win that football game. Key injuries like Whit Weeks, Bernard Gooden, Jamari Butler, Tyree Adams would also now be thrown in that mix as he got hurt. Some of the other guys that have been, Aaron Anderson, not allowing
effective.
those injuries to beat you, and how do you feel like LSU did on that front?
I think that it was something that hasn't been talked about a lot because people are just looking at the result. But I do think that there is a world in which you can look at that football game and say if you have wet weeks, then maybe the highlighter isn't so starkly pointed or run across the name of Harold Perkins because he was trying to cover up for not having wet weeks. And West Weeks is a fine player. And we said this going into the year. He's serviceable. But
Right.
this defense doesn't really go the same without Witt. It doesn't go the same without Bernard Gooden. We highlighted him throughout every when we first saw him, we're like, whoa,
Right.
what, you got a good one. Like, this is what to get
He's
out
our
of the
best
portal.
defensive lineman.
And you could see where he was missed. You could see where, like, Don McKinley flashed. And I thought for the first 2 quarters, Jacoby and Guillory was outstanding. But you ran out of that ability to NASCAR change, pit stop,
Right.
be able to run new people on, and they got gassed. And it wasn't the same way that Ole Miss gassed you with the play rate. It was keeping you on the field.
Right.
It was time of possession by the third quarter. You had the ball for 2 minutes on offense. 2 minutes. That's tough to do.
It was hard to win football games when you
your,
don't have
your
the football.
defense was on the field for the entire quarter.
Right.
And that's where things come, like, whenever you're lacking depth because of the injuries.
Right. Which is what I said on Friday we were talking about it.
And that it was a real thing. And
Yeah.
and people are going to point out, like, LSU can't get off the field on third down. Like, there was a time 2 years ago where LSU absolutely could not get off the field on third down when you were giving it up at a 60% rate.
On 3rd and 20s.
It was incredible. And it's hard to get off the field on third down because that's good on good. That's their best play versus your best play. And when you don't have your best players on the field and you have somebody like Diego Pavia who's 25 years old, like there's not a lot you can throw at him that he hasn't seen. And that's what kind of where the game was won and lost was you didn't have the depth that you relied upon for the first 6 weeks.
Right.
And you only had 3 weeks. You had 2 weeks. And
there
now
was-
1 week.
There was a whole lot of open field I saw in the middle.
I feel like they played on a different football field than LSU did.
In the middle of the field, there was a lot of opportunities for Pavia. And when you just look down the middle of the field, you're missing 88 and you're missing 40, you know?
Right.
And it's not to say that the other guys didn't step. I thought the linebacking core didn't play a very good game. Like, I thought they were pressing a little bit without Witt. I thought Harold Perkins pressed
A ton.
little bit without Witt. I think they pressed without Bernard. Like, you saw, and PK answered at the end of the press conference. We don't have the clip of it, but you saw a difference in the energy and who the defense is without 40 and 88. It's a credit to how important they are. My second key was 0 turnovers. LSU protected the football.
They did.
They didn't have many opportunities to turn it over because they didn't have many drives the way Vanderbilt plays football. But they protected the football, and you saw the opportunity it gave you to win a football game when you protected football. You've got to turn 3 into 7 a handful of times, but you at least took a step turning 0 into 3, you know? Like, instead of consistently getting 0 points on drives or putting opposing teams in good spots, you're still able to put drives together, kick field goals. You just got to turn some of those 3 into 7, especially when you get on the 1-yard line. But they protected the football, so credit to them there. And then you said your third point, Lloyd, was the bus keys. Knowing when to give Garrett Nussmeier the keys, your thoughts on how that aspect of the game played out?
I mean, he didn't play poorly, I don't think. I think he made chicken salad out of chicken shit. It's kind of where this LSU offense is. Like, it's unfortunate because, like, I think that's where the tears came from. The frustration is so palatable, like, so visibly there. Like, he can't hide it. He doesn't want it to look like this, and you can say that he didn't work hard in the offseason and all of these and sure. But when he's on the football field, you can tell that the man cares. And then he leaves it all out there. He got hit nearly every play. And that's where I think he felt like he did enough to be able to win the football game, and they didn't win, and then it all kind of comes back down on you again. But there's never a second he has that isn't used.
No.
Like he is like the internal clock of him has to be. He's watching YouTube at 2x speed.
Yes.
Like it is. That's part of the frustration. And if you would have told me that he would play like that or put up the numbers he did with 0 turnovers, I would have told you that LSU won.
Yeah, I mean he played a good football game. Like
and you could point to the 0 sacks. Like that's nuts.
Oh yeah,
It's not because they blocked it up.
He got
crushed,
clobbered all game. And so, credit to him, man. Credit to Garrett Nussmeier. Look,
this isn't fun.
No, not at all.
And he thought it would be. Like everybody thought it would be.
Of course. I mean, that was my one thing. I was talking to the guys at Trifecta. They were like, "What's the offense gonna look like?" I was like, "I don't really know, but it's gonna be exciting." And
it's not.
I lied to their face.
But that's not a lie.
Because I truly believed that.
You're right.
And so credit to Garrett Nussmeier for continuing. There obviously are things he can do better, and I mean, there's some throws that were left out there, and 19 for 28, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
You just didn't have the ball.
I mean, 68% completion percentage, 158.9 quarterback rating, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, and didn't turn the football over.
And that's one of your keys, 0 turnovers. LSU had
0 turnovers.
And then it's the next one.
My third key.
He did not.
Was winning third down. And when you look at the comparison, third down, Vandy was 6 of 13. LSU was 5 of 11. But
it's not terrible.
It's not. The thing is, Vandy went for it on fourth down, and they converted 2 of those 3. So one drives where you got the third down stop, two of them at 2 drives. You got the stop on third down. They went for it on fourth, and they were able to convert. One of them being a key drive in the third quarter after the Xavier touchdown. You dial up another blitz, a good play. You don't bring Pavia down in the backfield. He makes a throw to a swing route on the left, and they get 10 yards, first down. The drive continues. Pavia runs in a touchdown to go up 31-21. And that was the drive. You had just cut it. You got a Xavier Thomas touchdown, Trey Des Green 2-point conversion. It's 21-24. It's all right there. Like, I remember
you get the
energy
fourth down.
Right there. You get to a fourth down. You get the third down stop. You're like, let's go. So looking at the stats, it's not the worst, but the fact that there were some key ones where you lost on third down, and then at the end of the game when you got on third down, Nussmeier maybe underthrows it a little bit. Barryon Brown has to make that catch. Doesn't make the catch. And I don't want to harp on individual plays and players because there are bigger issues. But in moments like that, that's when you expect the talent to kind of answer the call in a sense.
But that's what we've said about the LSU offense is when you're in a funk like this, you find ways to beat yourself. Like what can go wrong will go wrong because internally they don't have any belief in what they're trying to do offensively because you don't have a staple in this offense. There's nothing that you can lean on and go, okay, if it gets to fourth down, this is what we're going to do. We don't have a gotta have it. Your gotta have it is I hope you block and it's Trey Des Green open.
Right.
And if he's not open, I'm still going to throw it to him. That's really where you are. And then when you did scheme it up, you shot yourself in the foot. Every good play got called back.
Yeah, no, I mean, Joe Sloan's best play call. It's the touchdown to Xavier where they motion him in the backfield.
It's a great look.
Right back out. Such a good play. False start. Doesn't count. Nussmeier makes a play on a third down late in that football game. Weston Davis hold. And that is a reflection of the preparation. If you're going to be an elite football team, those things can't happen. And this football team, 2025 LSU, is not supposed to just be a good football team. It's not $18 million. You don't pay $18 million for a good football team. You pay $18 million for an elite football team. And you have elite talent in spots. Not throughout the whole rock, but I mean in positions. You have elite talent at most positions, probably except offensive line. And they're not prepared. Holding, false start, offsides, pass interference. What were the penalty yards from that football game. Vanderbilt played a relatively clean football game. They did have some calls that came up later on in the game, but what were the penalty numbers? See if I can pull those stats up. Because LSU, it just wasn't clean, and it hasn't been on multiple different fronts. And I think that's where the concern moving forward is. Penalties: Vandy 4 for 35, LSU 7 for 53. So 3 more for only 8 more yards.
Just when they happened.
But it's just when they happened, and there was 2 key ones that lost you the football game. And there are so many issues, and it all reflects the top. I said that yesterday ad nauseum, so I'm not going to go too in depth back into that.
Well, I think what a lot of this was rehashed during the presser, where we've talked about the offense, and Brian Kelly was appropriately asked about it, if he was going to take over as a play caller, as you've seen him have a play sheet, and you know, whenever things start to go poorly offensively, you start looking for answers. He has made his hay as a coach, head coach, as a play caller. Back in, it was 35 years ago, but that's what he did, right? Like, when you think of Brian Kelly, you think of offensive line and you think offensive football. Like, there was times at Cincinnati that the offense was dynamic. There's times at Notre Dame the offense was dynamic. There's times at LSU the offense has been dynamic. Now, how much was he involved in that? We don't know. But when it's going the way that it is, you can't score. You're the only team outside of, in the SEC, who's the other one, that hasn't scored more than 24 points.
North Carolina.
That's what it is. You and Bill Belichick are lockstep, hand in hand, walking down the bay with Jordan.
And you're also on top
like,
of that,
what do you think of when you think of North Carolina? Like, an absolute fucking dumpster fire.
You're also the 2 biggest
calamities,
punchlines in the sport.
Yep.
The 2 biggest punchlines are what you saw plastered on the wall outside of Vanderbilt's media room for the visiting school, and the Pablo Torre clips of Jordan and Bill Belichick talking trash in media rooms. You're the 2 biggest punchlines in sports, and LSU should never be that.
No, and that's what, like, you've kind of taken the fun out of the joy out of LSU a little bit.
Not kind of.
And then he does, you know, like, you can even see in his opening statement, he's trying to win something back. He is politicking as hard as you can because he's got no other move. So because you lose the football game, what's the one thing you can do?
We appreciate the fans for coming
Let's
out.
Congratulate the fan base for coming out, because we need you back. Like, this is absolute call to arms to please be here Saturday.
Because you need it on Saturday.
Right, because that's been the only difference.
Yes.
LSU Tigers, and you know was LSU Tigers, and you know that's appreciated. Like, when you go into a visiting team, their field, and you're well represented like that. Now, I wish we could have sent them home happy with a victory, certainly, but. You know, those little things, you know, mean a lot, and especially as our team is, you know, battling, certainly disappointed in the way things went in the loss on Saturday. You know, there's a lot of things you can point out in the game, but it really boils down to kind of what I talked about after the game. It really hasn't changed much after I've watched the film. We had 49 offensive plays, and we needed to be better in scoring zones. You know, we settled for field goals, they got touchdowns. And that ultimately was the difference, other than the fact that, you know, defensively, we needed to get off the field in certain situations. And, you know, that's why the plays were, you know, 49 to 67, 68. You know, you almost had a 20-play differential between the 2. But if you really want to take the big picture, I was pleased with a lot of things, but it's the outcomes. You know, our fan base wants positive outcomes, and I get that. You know, there's nothing that brings a community together better than an LSU victory. And so
that last quote, there's nothing that brings the community together, the city, the state, whatever, together more than an LSU win. Usually, that is true. You've seen on multiple occasions this season where wins have not created positive discourse throughout the fan base. There was not much positivity coming out of Florida or South Carolina, Louisiana Tech. There was positivity coming out of Southeastern and Clemson. Game 1 and an FCS win. And on top of that, yeah, you see some, you can bring the community together with wins. Look at what the fan base looks like right now. Just look up hashtag LSU on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I mean, people are making graphics for a YoungBoy Boosie concert to raise money for a buyout. Somebody made a graphic for a fight night between LSU media members. You've got media members going back and forth. You've got fans going back and forth. You have fans lobbying for Texas A&M to win on Saturday. I've seen some disconnect and some discontent after losses through the fan base. This season in 2025, there's been discontent throughout the fan base after wins. And after Saturday, what the last 72 hours on social media have looked like, I don't know if I've ever witnessed. It has been wild. Former players calling out the program, media members going back at this, back and forth, and it's a mess.
The Civil War.
It is an absolute mess, and that doesn't just come from losing. Teams have lost before. LSU has lost football games before. Don't get me wrong, LSU has been a premier program. How many undefeated seasons have they had in that 25-year stretch of the golden era? What, one? You went 15-0? I mean, you went undefeated until the Natty in 11. I mean, so you've lost games before. You've squandered talent before. Les did it. O did it. Doing less with better teams. This discourse I've never seen.
And that's where I lobbed this also up to Jay Mitch and the boys last night, and Sabron says it. This is what I asked. Like, BK could win out, and you'd still want him to leave. You'd rather, like, even if you won a national championship, I don't think anybody would be clamoring for an extension. Or like, oh, thank God he's here. It'd be like, maybe he'll retire. That's what it feels like, right?
100%. And
it'd be like, oh, wow.
And I think there will be parts of the fan base that would change their tune with winning out. Like
I don't think so. I think he's lost the plot. He really has. People are tired of him.
No, I agree. But there are parts of the fan base. If you win out and win, like winning cures a lot of things. If you win a national championship, it will turn the emotion for a lot of people. Look at the discourse with Jay Johnson last year. Now it wasn't as bad, but after that South Carolina loss, right. But after the South Carolina loss, people, don't say you lost to Paul Maneri your last.
Bring him back.
You know what I mean? Like, and then at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, but Jay never had this discourse with the fan base.
I agree.
Like Brian Kelly has dug this grave.
No, I'm with you.
Like that's what it is. And people have been waiting to say, "Yeah, I told you so," because he came in with his arrogant and smug and tried to change the program to his bend to his will. Essentially, it's like, brother, we're trying to tell you what to do.
Right.
Like we want you. We
want.
We're on the same team.
Right.
But it felt like we aren't, and it certainly feels like we aren't right now.
Right.
Like it's just better for you to walk away, and that's why, like Bryce Coon brought this up last night, and I thought it was best case scenario for everybody involved. It was, what if they have a conversation in which, hey man, look, we know what it is. We're all looking at the same picture, and we're all seeing the same thing.
It's ugly.
Right, and what if we just say, hey, fine. Look, you're not happy, we're not happy. Let's negotiate to a number that's palatable for me and palatable for you. I know not $50 million is not tenable, but I'll give you 20 to walk away. And do you want to work here anymore? Like, do you still want to do this job? Because why would you? If I were given the opportunity to walk away from it, because what does 2026 look like? He has to redo it again. All he's done is have to make changes. He's never had anything that looks
Continuity.
a semblance of continuity.
Right.
He's already had to fire an entire staff. He's already had to fire a defensive coordinator. He's already had to rehire. He's had to find another offensive coordinator that was promoted internally. He's had to redo recruiting. He's had to redo special teams.
Right.
Then he's had to negotiate with NIL. Like, the whole thing changed right beneath his feet. And that's why I say, like, sorry, this didn't work out, but the whole sport's changed.
Right.
This is not what you signed up for either. I get it. I'm sorry. I appreciate what you tried to do. We all went in on 2025. We were all in. You were all in. It didn't work. Let's call a spade, walk away. Let's put our guns down. Does that not make the like? Why would he want to keep doing this?
But this, and in theory,
yes,
it makes sense. It does. But what it really comes down to is, to me, one word, and it's legacy. Like, what? How much are you willing to put your legacy at risk for the buyout, for the money? How willing are you to put that all at risk just to get the big payday at the end?
And that's where, like, it's so funny that they're in the same camp as Bill Belichick, because what do you want to keep doing this? Because you do have a somewhat of a legacy. You have the most wins in college football as a current coach.
Right.
That's what you are, right? Other than that, you've never won anything. You've won at Grand Valley State, some D2 national championships. Congratulations. That's your watermark.
What made a natty at Notre Dame?
And got embarrassed.
Shellacked.
Like, and that's where he was. That's why this people are saying, like, why would Woodward give that contract? Because in the perfect world, Scott Woodward looked at one man and he said, I need somebody that can come in and be an absolute staple.
Why
somebody
would
that
it not work? Why would it not work?
It makes so much sense.
Coach, he's going to be
everything that LSU has is what he's looking
with
for.
With a winning culture, everything that he didn't have
Talent.
is right here.
Because he got to that Alabama game, and
Right.
everybody said the same thing. Oh, Notre Dame just doesn't have the players.
Oh, no. Watching them, both teams come out of the tunnel, it was like, I mean,
This is going to be
what are we? Just change the channel.
spread's not high
There's
enough.
no reason to watch this.
Eddie Lacy,
What Eddie Lacy's going to do to Manti
China
Te'o?
food.
I mean, just cook them.
And that's where Brian Kelly got or everybody, I would say, was like, if you give him a roster and you give him talent,
Right.
maybe he
right.
can win a national championship, because he's getting Notre Dame to the precipice, but they don't have the players. The academic restrictions are too much. He needs to go somewhere that has talent falling like everywhere and dripping.
Right.
And
oozing.
And at LSU, that's why it made sense.
Why it made sense.
And for Scott Woodward to look at him and go, what's the one box he doesn't have checked? If he has bought in on a legacy and what he wants to make for himself to be a national championship head coach, if that's what he's looking for, I can get you there. And you've seen continually Scott Woodward hold the water for him. It's everything that's been built around Brian Kelly is not by Brian Kelly. Austin Thomas, Scott Woodward. Frank Wilson, Scott Woodward. Blake Baker to an extent. Corey Raymond, definitely. It's all, he's like, you stripped the plane of all of its good parts. Like, oh, let me go re-get them for you. Go and get the exact same car. And then it becomes, well, we're going to recruit it this way. I'm not paying money for players. And it became, well, if you want to compete, you have to play. And so guess what? Here's $18 million for you. And what? You still can't do it.
No, you had to exhaust all options, and you've exhausted.
You've given him every opportunity.
Exhausted. No, I agree. My thing with the hypothetical that you threw together, if he hasn't cared up to this point about what this all looks like,
that's like, why fake it, man? Like, we all see it.
No. What I'm saying is, if he hasn't cared, like, why would he not
keep doing
continue to do it? And
he has like respect for being able to not a lot bothers me. I couldn't do what he's doing right now. People hate me. I see it all day. I see it every day. I'm fucking all over the place. I don't give a shit. Right. But I do care about this job, and I want it to be a good show, and I want this to – I'm going to do it my way.
Right.
Because this is the only way I know how to do it. This is the only thing I know how to do. But I'm not faking it. I don't show up here and be like, I have no clue what we're going to talk about. And if it goes bad, I won't care. I don't know if Brian Kelly really feels anything.
And
do you think he goes home and he's like, I can't believe this isn't working? Like, he's not beating his head against the wall.
That's why I brought up the press conference.
He doesn't even know what day the next presser is.
That's why I brought up the vibes of the press conference. That's not a coach that's pressing.
He doesn't. Because either way, I'm good.
And there's some situations where you look at that and you go, oh, he's confident in what he's got. That's not the case right now. Because you could spin that if there's a different situation, be like, oh, he's comfortable in what he's got. But what was it with Mickey Loomis? He was chewing the gum. Mm-hmm. Now we got clicking the pen.
Like he looked. That is out of. He's out of answers. Like he's out of shit. He's out of bullshit. And that was as like. I don't want to say desperate, but as desperate as he's looked at it. Like, please don't ask me really anything. And then he asked about like. The injury report, whenever you're going to get Gooden or weeks back, he's
tomorrow or
Wednesday, isn't it? And he always looks over here. Like, you didn't think you were going to get asked about that?
Well, it's also the same day every week. But to turn the page, to look at what's coming up, is you've got Texas A&M on Saturday, who is the number 3 team in the country. And like I was saying earlier, there is a. I can paint you a picture. I can draw you a map. I can create a path to LSU in the postseason. It can be drawn, but can LSU do it? Talent-wise, you should be able to. But he used the word preparation, and that they're preparing to win on Saturday against Texas A&M. Why would I be confident in the ability to prepare to win that? What has instilled the confidence to be prepared to win that football game? And the other thing is, I can see a world like I would not be surprised if they won. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost. That's where LSU football is, where you don't know what to expect, and that I think is maybe one of the biggest problems in general. Is there were times in the past that LSU had some rocky times. You knew what you were going to get. With less, yeah, there were times you underachieved. You knew what you were going to watch on Saturday.
Yep.
It was going to be you're going to run through somebody's face, you're going to toss dive, you're going to fly around defensively, you're going to be physical. And there will probably be some coaching blunders and time clock mismanagement. But you knew what you were going to watch. You knew what you were going to get. You knew what was going to happen. On Saturdays, I don't know what people ask me on Fridays or at tailgates or what. So what you expect? I don't know. On that play to the Xavier Thomas touchdown, it could either be a 65-yard sprint to the end zone, or it's an interception going to the other one, or it's an incompletion, it's a turnover. I don't know, and neither. They don't know.
That's yeah.
And that to me is probably the biggest thing in totality is the fact that. You don't know what to expect. Going into Saturday, I can close my eyes and see a win. I can see Tiger Stadium rocking, and if they get a scoring drive on drive number 1, maybe lighting a fire, and because I think people still, the fans still support the program and the players, even though they hate the coach.
Yeah, and that's what Jared said yesterday, and Mikey, obviously Mikey, huge optimist. He was like, just because you may not like what the coaching staff looks like or the head coach or the face of the program is, like, don't quit on the guys because they haven't quit on you. Like, the team hasn't quit on you. You can see, like, if you can make fun of Garrett Nussmeier for crying, but that's because he cares. You can see what weeks whenever he gets kicked out of a football game continue to coach the team. That's because he cares. Like, this narrative of, oh, they're all spoiled and, well, I guess we're spoiled. I'm sorry. But like they get paid, and so they don't care. Like I see a football team that cares. I really do. They know what they had a goal for sure, Well, you can say want to know all you want. They all came here to win a national championship, and you saw it before the year. And that's the part where I'll contend. Like, sometimes shit just doesn't break your way, and LSU has been dealt a terrible hand, whether it be Garrett Nussmeier injured, Braylon Moore getting hurt, Aaron Anderson getting hurt, now Gooden's hurt, Whit Weeks is hurt. Like, all of like that, it's a lot to have to deal with.
Right.
And on top of that, you don't know who you are. And
well, that's the problem. And the fact that you don't know who you are is what this all comes back to. Because if you have an identity and you have a foundation, you have something to fall back on if things don't go well and you have injuries and you have problems and you have something to fall back on and be like, well, this is who we are regardless of those other ulterior factors. But you don't have that. You don't have a foundation. So when a window gets busted out, the whole house is cooked because you don't have anything. Like, it's just it's a problem. And looking forward to Saturday, if you're looking forward to Saturday, I could see LSU getting a win. And that's where I will also contend with the fan base. Those guys are still putting the uniform on, working their tail off, even with a coach that visibly doesn't seem like he really cares. And it's not like they can't see that.
if you think we're frustrated.
Right.
Imagine
he's crying on the sideline.
Like, he's hide the sharp objects. But I mean, they have to go look at him every day and hear this. Like, we only get it on Mondays and Wednesdays and then Saturdays. Every day he's trying to they don't believe in what he's saying. They don't believe they're not buying what he's selling.
Right.
But they have to listen, like, even when he talks on LSU Gold at the halftime, and it's like, nobody, they're just waiting for him to be finished. They're not, he doesn't inspire anybody. There's not one thing he says where they're like, hell yeah. Like, I see college football, I see Signetti, I see Dan Lanning, I see even Lane Kiffin. They buy his bullshit. But other coaches are inspiring, and it's like this message, it's us or them. You're still playing for the jersey. And Brian Kelly's trying to approach it as if it's a job.
Bayou John in the chat, this game was at 11 a.m. I don't think LSU would have a chance. But playing at nighttime in Tiger Stadium gives LSU an equal chance. No, if LSU's going to win on Saturday, that place has to be rocking. If you're going to pull off an upset against the number 3 team in the country, Death Valley, Tiger Stadium's got to be Death Valley. And now, that comes down to the product that's put out there, obviously, and the guys playing still have to be able to. But you don't win without the support from the fan base in that stadium on a Saturday night.
But this is the Coliseum. You saw it against South Carolina.
Right. No,
you go 3 and out and had the ball for a minute and a half.
No, I agree.
People got up and left.
And that's why I'm very intrigued by what Saturday's going to look like. Like, what is it going to – will you get the actual turnout initially?
I've seen Les Miles hired and fired and then hired again in that stadium.
Yeah, what was it, less is more?
They carried him off the field.
And
they won 16-7.
A low point in 2018 after you lose to Florida, and you're like, now Georgia's coming to town. You're like, well, Georgia was the number 3 team in the country, and you dominate that football game from start to finish at 2:30. And you just lost to Florida a week ago. You're chanting, "We want Bama." Like, I've seen what can happen in that stadium.
You got to give them something.
The vibes are different. Saturdays is an important day for this season. I think this is
for the state of LSU football.
This is the final
straw
breath. Like,
and that's
if you want to give yourself hope for what's to come or any possibility of anything this season. Starts on Saturday. It started last Saturday. You didn't get the job done. Now it's legitimately, you still have a chance. It's very slim. If you're LSU football, you still have a chance. But it starts with beating the number 3 team in the country in your house on Saturday. Who's favored against you? It's favored against the fan base. Favored against. Very rarely do teams.
I don't remember the last time LSU was a home dog.
I mean, I think last year against Alabama they were, but. Very rarely outside of Nick Saban's Alabama, or just Alabama in general, has LSU been a home dog. LSU hasn't lost to Texas A&M at home since.
Well, I'm tired of playing that game.
When's the last? I don't even know. When's the last time LSU lost to A&M at home? They beat them in 23. They beat them at home in 21. They beat them at home in 19. 17, I think. When's the last time LSU lost to Texas A&M in Tiger Stadium? I can't even think. Like, I'll ask the chat. Google it for me. And they're favored on Saturday. They're the number 3 team in the country.
And I'm not sure how good A&M is.
And we don't know that yet.
And that's part of this whole season, is you don't know a lot.
I don't know what you expect on 2022.
And that's why
was at A&M.
Yeah. And
2024 at A&M.
2018 at A&M.
Like it.
When Joe Burrow died. And it came back to life. Right. Thank God.
I mean, like you
Apple juice saved him.
You've just consistently beat A&M in Death Valley.
But that's what it's an identity crisis. Because I think there's a part of the fan base that may stay for the public execution and be like, good, I'm glad this is happening. Because you got to get there at some point, because this team is fundamentally flawed. And right. I think it's the pendulum has swung from the players to really one person. And I think that's what they're.
No, and there are question marks around.
I'd rather see LSU win.
Let's see the last.
But how long can you this isn't sustainable.
No.
Like they can't, and that's the frustrating part. Is he continue to be told that it's fixable, and there are things that are fixable, but they haven't been fixed in 5 years.
1994. Was the last time A&M won in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You beat them at home in 23, 21, 19, 2017, 2016. 2017, 2015, 2013, when they had first come back into the SEC. Since A&M has been in the Southeastern Conference, you have not lost to them in Death Valley, in Tiger Stadium. So it's Saturday. It's gonna be interesting to see what it looks like. But every single day, we are brought to you by AJ Sports Cards, right there on Drusilla Lane. AJ's Sports Cards. 3348 Drusilla Lane is the address. AJ Sports Cards on Facebook, at AJ Sports Cards, 225BR on Instagram. Hobby boxes, retail, graded cards, singles, Pokemon, and supplies at AJ Sports Cards. Go check them out. 3348 Drusilla Lane. You'll see the big blue logo on the building. Go check them out. They've got great stuff in store. Follow them on social media. Stay up to date on the things they've got going on. They got some cool stuff on weekends. They've got an event coming up in December at Elite Football Academy. Go check them out, AJ Sports Cards on Drusilla Lane. We will take a quick break as we've rolled into hour number 2. We'll be right back with more Tingle after this. Make sure you like, subscribe, blow up that like button. All of you that are watching, subscribe, share it with your friends and family.
Comment, even if you have nothing nice to say.
Yep, leave something for us. We'll be right back.
You can't hurt me.
After this.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Branning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Branding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, We don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
We clearly understand that. I understand that. Our players, I'm proud of their resolve. I'm proud of going on the road against whether we like it or not, Indiana's number 2 in the country. Whether we like it or not, Vanderbilt's number 10 in the country. These are teams that have earned their rankings, and they're good football teams. They played exceedingly well. I give credit to Vanderbilt. They took care of the football. They have an outstanding quarterback who, on 3 occasions where we hit the call right on some nakeds, he made things happen. And so you got to give credit where credit's due in this situation as well. We're disappointed with the loss, don't get me wrong, and we want to do better for our fan base. We get that. But having said that, there were a lot of things that we can take away from the game that we need to build on. And that's where we are right now, is that we have a great opportunity this weekend in Tiger Stadium, to play the number 3 team in the country. That's exciting. And we believe the way we're moving, if we continue to get better on both sides of the ball, we're prepared to win the game. We believe we can win the game. So, I hope our fan base understands that we're disappointed. We are committed to working to getting better every single day, and we're excited about a great matchup this weekend in Tiger Stadium. Certainly, A&M, outstanding football team. When you look at them, they're defensively, they've got some outstanding players.
Had to change it up a little bit. Had to get some. Maybe I was hoping maybe this would relax me a little bit, and then you played that clip, and it's done the opposite. I was hoping maybe when I got in this really comfortable chairs. Shout out to Charles Harvey, Jason Ramazan, Kevin, BJ, everybody here at Southern Regional Medical Center. These chairs.
I mean, the chairs.
Excellent.
The TV. That's what the studio looks like. There's a camera. This is a camera within a camera. They hooked us up.
They did. And so I was hoping these comfortable chairs would bring my heart rate down a little bit. Then you decided this is your fault.
I know.
This is on you.
You're spoiled.
You played that clip, and you've upset me. And you've hurt me.
It made me upset, too.
It's just like... and look, I'm not going to knock on anybody... on anybody that uses that takes notes. We have a show document that helps us with the flow of the show. I'm not going to knock anybody taking notes, but I mean, if we're going to sit at a podium and we're going to be flipping through pages, we're going to be very clearly and obviously reading, right? Like, come on.
It wasn't. This wasn't handed to him like it was a breaking news. It's like, oh, update.
Right.
Look at this man.
To working to getting better every single day.
Getting better.
And we're excited about a great matchup this weekend in Tiger Stadium. Certainly, A&M, outstanding football team. when you look at them.
As I'm doing right now in front of you, I haven't looked
defensively,
at this yet.
They've got some outstanding.
You don't have anything else to do.
What I will say, there are a few.
He doesn't recruit.
There are a few key things looking at Saturday that LSU does have to take care of, and the edge rushers that he alludes to. I think he said number 9 and number 21. They've got some. They I think are at 25 sacks on the year, which is the total from last season. They're at that total through 7 games. So they're going to get after your quarterback, which is obviously a problem. The way you've seen teams get after LSU's quarterback. There are a few key things when I look back at Saturday that when I'm looking ahead, I guess when you even talk like just players and situate. I'm very intrigued on what the future for Harold Perkins looks like with this, like on this team, like on defense. Like, do you think, Lloyd, your takeaway on Perk on Saturday? Because I feel like in both of the losses to Vanderbilt and to Ole Miss, you've seen the opposing offense scheme number 7 pretty well and put him in disadvantageous spots, and in turn that has affected the defense as a whole, right?
Ask that again. I'm sorry. I was looking up how I was trying to find a stat for. I just want to know what like the pressure rate is versus they have the LSU defensive pressure rate. Oh, here's one. Yeah, they're giving up. There's pressure on 56% of the plays.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I'm sorry. What were you?
That's lower. That's lower than I thought.
Because you can't just take sacks in totality. I don't even know if that's correct. Yeah. This is just one thing that I'm reading right now.
And the question I asked, I'll save that for tomorrow because I want to leave something for us to talk about. Instead, what I would like to look at is one of the biggest things and why there is a route, a map to the college football playoff for LSU. Somewhat like if you're just looking at it on paper, taking the other things out of
checking the till.
Is the way the dynamics have been around the country where nobody's really got a firm grasp on who they are. Now, a lot of teams have a much better grasp on who they are than LSU.
LSU has the best grasp of not knowing who they are
100%
than anybody in the country.
And we do, like we've told you before, the All Podcasters poll with some other podcasts around the country. Now I'm going to run through the top 25. You have Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, A&M 3, Alabama 4, Georgia 5, Oregon 6, Georgia Tech 7, BYU 8, Miami 9, Vandy 10. So that is, 2 teams remaining on the schedule for LSU and A&M and Alabama at number 3 and number 4. Vandy, the team that just beat you, is at number 10. You have Ole Miss at 11, Oklahoma at 12, Notre Dame 13, Texas Tech 14, Missouri 15, USF 16, Virginia 17, Louisville 18, Cincy 19, Tennessee 20, USC 21, Michigan 22, Navy 23, Arizona State 24, and LSU closing it out at 25.
Hell yeah.
So at 5-2, LSU is number 25 in the All Podcasters poll. There is a path. The country is all over this, that, or the other. Pause. Didn't mean to say that. You've told me to stop saying that, Lloyd, and I keep saying it. There is a route on paper, but it's how realistic is it really? Who is, Lloyd, I'm going to ask you this question, the best team in the Southeastern Conference?
Georgia.
Really?
Who would you say?
Alabama. And you know what else I can do? Is I can make a real argument
for Ole Miss,
for Vanderbilt. Now they've lost to Alabama, obviously. Alabama had their number and played a very good football game against them. Vanderbilt, and I think we can all agree on this. We'll see how it continues to shake out. They've got a good schedule moving forward. They're a pretty good football team. Like
I've been trying to get there.
I know that LSU still flopped that football game. Vanderbilt's pretty good. Like
we can't do this.
No, I know, but I'm not trying to spin it for LSU. Still should have won the football game. They should be the better team. But I will say, just watching football without a lens on it, Vanderbilt is a good football team.
Do you think?
And a good program as well.
If you swapped staffs,
If you gave Vanderbilt staff LSU's roster, oh my gosh.
that would be a good football team.
Yeah, it'd be not a good football. It'd be an elite football team.
It tells you all you need to know.
Now, there's probably still some question marks on the offensive line. Because that's the biggest thing moving forward.
But they can. They prove to you that they can move around that because of what they do offensively. They have ways to not allow it to affect you. Vanderbilt's offensive line cannot be, in terms of recruiting or just looking at the roster, better. Right? You would imagine if you go from left tackle to right tackle, LSU's players are probably bigger, faster, and stronger. They haven't been coached or developed. But it's hard to be 6'7", 330 pounds and bad. And that's where you are.
No, I mean, we played the clip yesterday. Looked eerily similar to what it looked like in 2019, where Adrian McGee is laying out Vandy players.
Oh, that is
And
also
then
that
Vanderbilt
did strike a chord with a lot of people because look at what you were, look at where
Right, that's exactly what it is. On top of that, and this is another interesting little tidbit, Billy Napier was the third. Let me see. Let me find this stat again. The third or fifth, I think it was in the last 5 years, there have been 3 coaches. Billy Napier is now the third coach in the last 5 years to be fired the morning after beating Mississippi State. So within the last 5 years, there have been 3 head coaches fired after beating Mississippi State. And I wish I still had the picture of LSU's future schedule. When does LSU play Mississippi State? Let's figure that out. Might be a date to circle, earmark, put a star next to.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The next time the Tigers play the Bulldogs. Shout out to Katie. Might be a time just to mark it down. And there's been 3 head coaches the last 5 years that have been fired after beating Mississippi State. When will LSU get their opportunity to play Mississippi State? Spivey, can we play Mississippi State?
Yeah.
And then I also saw another one. And I included this in the document as well at the bottom. It said Arkansas is 0-3 in conference play. They've played Ole Miss, Tennessee A&M, and they've played them all very, very closely. They have. And it says they're going to get someone soon. And I was like, oh, I wonder who that could be. Wonder who the team that Arkansas could catch up and bite could be. And it might be LSU on November 15th.
That was also brought to my attention because what does when you look at LSU's schedule moving forward, and even we've done this,
Right.
whereas you could possibly a home game, absolutely, you take care of it. Texas A&M, they just took Arkansas.
Arkansas took them to the brink.
And then my brain didn't go, oh, what's it going to look like versus LSU? But I was like, oh, that means Texas A&M is gettable. But what we should probably do is go, ooh,
Arkansas can
that
get
makes
you.
another game that LSU probably shouldn't feel very confident in because they just scored 45 against a pretty good defense.
And tell me the last time
LSU's got to figure something out.
that Arkansas has not played LSU tough. Like last year was a pretty impressive win for LSU against Arkansas, where they
That was the best game they played all year.
Oklahoma was better, but it was up to that point.
But
It was the
away,
best.
I would say away and where you were in
Right,
that spot of
right,
the year,
right,
like
right.
Oklahoma didn't even matter.
Yeah, it was like a
But this is fine.
trap spot. Yeah.
Arkansas, you still had everything in front of you, and you go into their crib.
No, I mean
and,
2023, the best offense you've had since 19, other than 19. I mean, Arkansas, you won 34-31 on a game-winning field goal, mismanaging the clock at the end of that football game. Arkansas plays you tough, and they're a good team, especially offensively.
and Pittman's fired.
Oh, Bobby Petrino's coaching for that. He's
It's
job interview.
in college football or just
Isn't it
coaching
crazy?
in general. It's so fun. Just
Is it
forget.
not unbelievable?
Time heals all wounds. Like,
Not all, but most.
well, if you win, like that's insane.
It's unbelievable.
Like same thing with, I mean, even Hugh Freeze to an extent. Like, you're gonna get another job. Okay. Forget about that. That never.
No, even if he gets fired from Auburn, he's going to get another job.
He's going to get an offensive coordinating job or something. I mean, Gus Malzahn.
I mean, UL is probably kowtowing for Billy Napier right now.
1,000%. Or LSU is to be the offensive coordinator. Right? I couldn't imagine he and Brian Kelly get along.
Yeah, Carl, I don't think Petrino is going to get the job either, but it's just funny that he's the interim head football coach.
Why would he not?
I mean, they're not winning.
They're scoring.
Yeah, but they're not winning. And, I mean, they're still going to test the waters and see who else they
Nobody
can
wants
get.
that job. He does. He's the only person that wants that job. I don't know why he's addicted to it, but he was a god there. They love him. It's like if Ed Orgeron came back and was coaching defensive line and Brian Kelly got fired, you'd be like, interim Ed. And you could talk yourself in to be like, maybe again.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could talk yourself into again. I mean, in a heartbeat. Should have worked.
Yeah.
He's going to be
even he lost the plot.
What's he going to be, the Oregon State coach?
I don't know.
The Orgeron State?
He needs to go to Oklahoma State because those people are passionate.
They are.
They can't stop taking their shirts off.
They're going from Gundy to...
I wish he
going
was
from
there.
Miles
He's
to
gonna show up
Gundy to O.
He's going to show up in the stands.
That would be awesome.
That's his cup of tea. He'd be like, I'm sorry, boys. Let's tarps off. I'll do it. Give y'all it's a hell of a run.
Yep.
Orgeron would also take his shirt off in the stands.
Yeah.
He's at the Ryder Cup.
On the sideline.
Well, he almost did.
He might.
Untucked O was a menace.
Maybe he'll be in the stands on Saturday.
That would be good. Interesting.
Would y'all hire Petrino for offensive
Yes,
coordinator?
I'd hire him to be the head coach. I really would. I mean, he's a good coach. No motorcycles. One rule. Or he does it here anyway.
We appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us here on
this is a real
Tuesday
stat.
morning.
Like, this is the problem. This is your red
Yeah,
zone
no,
offense.
this is your-
if you could fix this,
If
you
you're
could
just
win
gonna-
more football games.
If you're going to just look at on the field issues, this is the most glaring one: is the fact that you can't get in the end zone, and you get what?
Look, you got plenty of opportunities. Also.
7 for 11. Yeah, you've gotten down there 11 times. And what I would really like is if you remove Southeastern from that stat. What it
This is
actually
only
looks
SEC.
Like. Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I mean 7 for 11. You got down there 11 times.
4 touchdowns, 3 field goals. Look at the good teams. Georgia, 16 touchdowns.
I mean, look at Texas. Like, they struggle to get down there, but when they do,
It's a touchdown.
they score touchdowns. Oklahoma,
Florida.
that's a pretty impressive number. Look at Florida.
Look at them. Arkansas. Oh, God.
No, Arkansas's offense is good.
Really good, I know. Alabama. I mean, Ole Miss.
Right.
I mean, 21 times isn't that. Good Lord.
Yeah, I mean,
Come home.
like, look, that's what good football teams do. You get in the red zone, you score. The hard part is getting down there. The hard
11
part is
times isn't a ton, if we're being honest.
no. I mean,
It's the third-
look
it's
at
the
Ole
third.
Miss 21.
Yeah, well, we
Georgia
know how-
22. Like the offense is just bad. But the fact that you can't get in the end zone
And Oklahoma hits you with explosives. LSU doesn't do that
is
either.
that's the problem, is that you don't have a
Can't score.
can't do either.
I'm gonna kill myself.
You can't do either.
Because you can make excuses for like, oh, Oklahoma only 7 times. Like, yeah, I've seen their offense though.
Yeah, I mean, but
Like when Mateer was right and healthy, like
Right.
they scored on 55-yard
no,
touchdowns.
Florida's got an offense like it's not a very good offense. They've gotten down there 11 times. They've scored all 11 times
LSU is not. You've left 4 on the floor somehow.
because you fumbled at the 1.
Mm-hmm.
You threw a pick.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other Nussmeier interception against Florida? Did they get in the red zone? You fumbled against Clemson in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's SEC. That doesn't count this number. But still, I mean, you struggled in the red zone in totality. So
It's insane. It's
you're bad on all. It's bad.
shoot
You're
yourself
bad.
right in the dick.
You're bad. No, you're bad.
Like you said, it's such a pain for LSU to even get down there. Then when you do, it's like, oh, nope. Never mind.
No, I mean, Spivey, as soon as Durham got stopped on the 1, I knew they weren't punching it in, and they didn't.
Yeah, we all said the same thing. We were watching it, like, don't let him get caught. Like, you can't get caught or we're not going to score.
I'll also ask the question, and we'll probably get more into these.
Harlan Berry
these
should play
things.
more. Yes, he looks very good.
We'll get into more of those tomorrow because there are some personnel discussions I want to have because I do think when you look at LSU, I think there are just some personnel and things that can be shifted that can maybe alleviate some problems. But, I mean, the personnel that is the biggest problem is the guy in charge you have to pay $50 million to get rid of. So, but we appreciate all of you hanging out with us here on this Tuesday morning as we continue to push through the week. Recovering from Vandy, getting ready for Texas A&M on Saturday. I'm very interested to see what that stadium looks like. How about Kelvin Shepherd?
People want him to be the coach.
He's going to be an NFL head coach. Now, I don't know if it'll be this cycle, this carousel of NFL head coaches, but very soon. For Aaron Glenn to have built the defense into what it was and then leave, and Kelvin Shepherd to just snag the job and just show off. And he's impressive all the way around. I mean, we've seen Kelvin Shepherd's leadership ability and football acumen. And now on the biggest stage in primetime football, he's cutting up. But I saw his name on the short list.
No, I don't know what direction they're going to go. Like, if we play this hypothetical,
if they were to
Blake Baker, but do people still want that after he gave up 30 points?
I don't think people would be opposed to it. It'd be new blood. They definitely need to go younger.
And that's what
I think that's where the majority of the fan base is sitting, is that they need to go new guard, new age, no more. It's a new sport.
But somebody. Oh, Saberon said that. And he goes, Dan Lanning would kill it here. Like, no shit.
Yeah, but he's not taking this job.
No, he's fine.
He's got blank checks.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Eddie likes he gets to be the identity of that program.
Right.
He's built it. It's his. LSU tried, and that's what Jared Mitchell was saying. Like, you need to find somebody, and LSU has to get over the narrative of you can't hire an up and comer, because you have to. You got to have an identity. LSU he was saying he was done with the CEO mentality of Coach O.
No, you've
Brian
got to
Kelly.
have a foundation that you can fall back on.
Yes,
And
Dan
that-
Lanning can call a defense. Kirby Smart can call a defense.
Lane Kiffin, you always
Always
have a
have
quarterback.
you always have
You'll
offense.
always have offense. You always
found
score
somebody
points.
in Division II that we didn't know existed. It sounds like a made-up person.
Right.
And he's awesome.
And he's on the
He could
Heisman
win the
short
Heisman.
list.
Vanderbilt has an identity.
Clark Lee, they've got an identity. Go down the list. They're like, it's just the way the world works. And right
So
now, you
this
don't
is a
have
numbers
anything
game.
to fall back on.
Like, this is insane. Shout out OTB, but Matt Flynn did a phenomenal
I
breakdown.
don't know what's being taught. I don't know what Garrett is seeing.
But this
Maybe
is
they're not
insane.
there
Like, this
anymore,
is your
right?
this
They're
is
still
your
there. You have to
identity.
navigate them. So
It's a
we'll
crisis.
go to the back end.
Like, this is
And as a
insane
running
to
back,
watch. Look,
if this isn't handed off, I am pretty pissed.
So this is a numbers game. You got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You run it 100% of the time. If you run that play 100 times, you hand this ball off 100 times. I don't know what's being taught. I don't know what Garrett is seeing. Maybe he's doing exactly what he's being taught. If you get a cloud corner, you should never throw that against a cloud corner for one. But if he hands it off, who's stopping?
that's your identity. You're doing the wrong thing at the wrong time all of the time.
Those are the ones where, what was your key? Your key to the victory, giving us the keys.
That's him having the keys.
Take the key. Take the keys away.
You're drunk.
Take the keys away.
Yep.
But
Hand that ball off.
that's not who he is.
No, he wants.
And that's where we were talking last week. You've got to accept that.
I do.
No, not you, the play caller, and say, I'm not going to put him in the position to make the wrong call and trust his arm. Because 80% of the time, he's going to say, you know what I can do? I can throw it and make that play.
And even they're open too. I see what he sees, but you're asking wide receivers to do things that they don't particularly do well, as opposed to offensive line. What do they particularly do well? Run block. Instead, you're putting it in conflict of you have to be perfect. It's just frustrating. And you can hear it like Matt Flynn doesn't care about a whole lot. You can hear it in his voice. You can hear it in Hester's voice. Like, that's when you talk about the program kind of like eating itself alive. You have former players, Rohan Davey, Kevin Faulkner, they're watching it and going, what is this?
Braden Fehoko, Leonard Fournette, all on social. Like, that is the polar opposite of what LSU's always been.
Yes.
It's always been this big family.
Purple and gold or nothing.
Right. And when the guys that have – and that was the part that we were talking to Roe on Sunday. And I highly advise, if you have not gone and watched that or listened to that, it's about 50 minutes when we were at Pizza Byron's talking with Roe. Go back and listen to it. I think I put a clip out on social media yesterday as well. I posed the question because Roe, I mean, if you think back to when this golden era of LSU football began, where would you associate that start with, Lloyd? The early 2000s with Nicholas Saban and his first quarterback at LSU, Rohan Davey. I mean, they laid the foundation of what LSU has become, the foundation that led to what? 3 national championships with 3 different head coaches, 3 different time. Like it's led to 3 different national championships. That foundation that was laid there. And so sitting and looking at Rohan and listening to him talk with the almost embarrassment that he has, because he
cares.
It was like he was like, when you call us spoiled, that's disrespecting all of the work that was put in to create LSU into what it was.
They should be spoiled.
Why would we not be spoiled?
Spoil me.
We've been like, there's expectations.
Yeah, that's the difference. Spoiled is a great way to spin it. Like, no, bro, I expect something from you. And you can't answer questions
because it's listening to Roe. Roe was a part of the class, the team, his head coach. They did it. They laid the foundation that turned into national championships, and you can't do it. We appreciate you guys. We're going to save some things to talk about tomorrow. We've got to make sure.
Hunter Hall it could be worse. Florida's interim head coach is the same guy that hit an LSU player.
Is it official? Is it official that he's the interim?
This is what
Man, I remember when we heard about it on.
But like that's the lack of institutional control that's absurd. I don't even know.
Let's see who the Florida interim is.
I think it's Jabbar Jalute. He was the
Billy Gonzalez.
Oh, nice LSU guy.
They because they said it was hinted at Jabbar on Sunday, but we didn't talk about it. It got caught on the hot mic, I believe, before Byron's of us talking about it, because I was like, that would be interesting to talk about this week. But it was never official, and it's going to be Gonzalez. But it could always be worse. Could always be worse. But it's pretty bad right now.
I don't know if it could be worse.
It could.
How?
It could be worse.
Well, if it needs to get worse to get better, that's where a lot of people are.
No, I mean that was the hope in 2021, right? If we're going to go through this again, because you went 5-5 in 20.
If you had the money, is that the only hang-up here?
Yes. That is the only hang-up, is the money. Like, literally. There's no other discussion going on other than the fact that you cannot pay that money.
It's insane. We get Bitcoin?
You just don't have the money.
That's also a little embarrassing. Are you sure?
No, if anything, it's a credit to LSU that you're not as well endowed as some of these other programs, and you can still put together rosters and win national championships.
The other part of it is, like, when you're discussing this with Brian Kelly about what do you want to do next year, you ain't getting $18 million again, cuz that's all going somewhere else. And I know exactly where it's going.
And that's the thing is,
you're not going to be able to.
Lane was in the same situation last season.
They were never going to fire him, though.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying they went from raising all the money to not raising any money. The difference that it comes down to is who is in charge, right? It comes down to, can you turn a D2 quarterback? Can you, one, identify that talent? 2, put them in the right situation to be successful, and that has led to what Ole Miss and Vanderbilt do this season, where they've got one loss and they're a top 15 program, and they are still very much in the hunt for the playoff. But we're going to continue to talk about it tomorrow. I want to make sure we save things to talk about. We cannot continue to
belabor the point
today and save some topics for tomorrow. We appreciate all of you for hanging out with us once again, coming in here on a Tuesday morning. Our Southern Regional Medical Center studios.
They had some takes last night. Boy, howdy.
I mean, I can't wait to get
everybody has an opinion, and everybody deserves one.
Yes, can't wait to get them on a microphone
because
they feel strongly, and I love it. Just like all of you.
Like everyone. If you don't have an opinion about this, you don't have a pulse.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you see is there anything better than playoff baseball Game 7?
Nope.
Did you see? Oh, you were at the
young boy,
young brother. It was
Charlie Brown.
It was all time. Top of the what? No. What? Bottom of the 8th.
Bengal, Steeler, Brown. Sorry, and Raven.
Dumper.
Big dumper. Oh, perfect. It'll be after this. It'll be Dumper, Aristotle, Papi, and Mac. Big. ERA, strikeout, base one balls, whip. And then these are
Cam
wards.
Awards.
These are wards. Denzel Hines, Charlie Cam. Wards.
Let's do some trivia. Get smart. Michael Scott. But there's a clip of just no audio, no game call. It's just the sound and sights and reaction and like the live moment of the home run in
I saw the
Toronto.
home run.
And it's just such a, like, God. Also brought me back to kind of like Omaha and just baseball in general. Like, I love this. I love the sport. How awesome is, dude? It makes you want to, like, I feel things. I don't care about Toronto.
I mean, that's...
There's no crowd pop like that moment.
There's nothing better than that.
That man did not sleep a wink last night.
There's nothing better than that. And I'm a basketball guy, and hitting game-winning shots are awesome. There's nothing better than that.
The drama.
Nothing better than that.
And then you go to the other side of it, where you feel like, oh, I can't believe that just happened to you.
Yeah.
Like you see the dugout, and they're grown men. And they're like...
They're broken.
Like, we worked... It's all over.
Mariners never made a World Series.
They've never made it to a World Series. And they're one pitch away. One game away. And you have it all right in front of you. You're winning.
Mm-hmm.
And then one swing. And then it's over. And it's like, we just played 100 and... How many of these? 170?
162.
Yeah, but then the playoffs.
Yeah. No, I mean, you played
like
a lot of football
for
games.
fucking
a lot
nothing.
of baseball games, and
it is brutal.
No, it is. I mean, that's the beauty of sport is it's a direct contrast where you can see pure enjoyment and happiness and joy.
And they're right next to each other
on one side, and then it's heartbreak on the other.
And they have to go talk to each other. They have to go shake hands.
No, like I remember, I mean, we in the Central basketball last year, the state championship, like
yeah,
you're sitting there
that's
and
as
it's
close
just
as
like
you'll get to something like that,
right?
You
and
know?
It's like they're going crazy, and then it's just like
polar opposites. Like I wanted to feel that. Instead, I feel
it was right there. Like it was right there. Like
it's right in front of me.
You know what I mean?
That would be a way funner party than this one.
Than what I'm doing.
Miserable.
It's tough.
Nothing you can do.
Tough.
Except trivia.
Oh my gosh. Kaylee Cuoco?
Yeah, Coco.
Who's the man? Is that Loki?
Yeah.
Hiddleston?
Fiddlesticks.
Fiddle diddle daddle. That's what my grandmother used to say.
What is it?
Fiddlesticks. Kaylee. Kaleyc.
Yeah, that's her. And then it's Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, Tom Fiddlesticks. Or wait. They say Benedict Cumberbatch.
It could be.
Is it
kind of the
Cumberbatch?
same.
That doesn't look like Cumberbatch's hair.
I think it's Fiddlesticks. I really do.
I don't think that's Cumberbatch's hair.
I'd see Fiddlesticks.
Me too. I trust Fiddlesticks. That was my first reaction.
Why does that always pop up? Like, I could type in anything, and it's the first thing that shows up all the time. Get out of here. You're done. Oh!
Dang it. It might be Cumberbatch. I just don't feel like that's his hair.
It's
wow.
okay. I'm sorry, chat.
That's okay. We should have trusted you guys. Johnny, I'm sorry.
Are you getting sick?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
After Week 7 of the 2025 season, who is the only winless team currently left in the NFL?
The Titans?
The Titans, that feels...
The Browns.
Browns have won. Beat the Packers. I remember I watched it. I believe it's the Tennessee Titans.
Raiders have won?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Wow. The Titans won a game?
Chat, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're falling apart. The Jets. Wow, the Jets haven't won.
Jets. Jets.
Wow. Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Bad day.
Bad
day all around.
Yeah, just turn it off.
Trying to go 1-0.
This Eastern Conference team.
Cavaliers?
It's definitely the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shout out to the greatest basketball player of all time. That is what that's a representation of.
We need one. I need somebody like that.
See what happens when that guy's gone? You win 18 games after 2 back-to-back 60-plus. Whatever. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Don't even.
There's no better representation.
Dude, don't even get me started.
16 games?
I mean, Scottie.
What's that war?
Scottie Pippen was going to win the MVP when Jordan retired.
And then he came back because he got mad about it. Wait, hold on, my legacy.
The Cavs won 18 games after winning 60 games back to back because of one
person.
player. I'm going to stop. That'll be a show that happens at some point. When that career ends, you guys, I'm just letting you know, if you're going to come to this show for LSU.
I don't care if it's just us two.
If you're going to do this, if you're going to be coming to watch this show for LSU content the day after LeBron retires, or the first show after LeBron retires, you will have come to the wrong place.
I don't know what else. I mean, LSU would have to have won a national championship that day.
That's the only thing that could overshadow that.
16 games.
Andre Jimenez.
Hemi.
Andres.
I don't know how to spell this.
Andre with an S at the end.
What is the question?
I don't know, but that's the answer.
Platinum glove. What is a platinum glove?
They answered it in the chat as we were talking about LeBron.
What's a platinum glove? How do you get one? What is that?
I don't know. How do I get one of those?
I would like one.
I would love a platinum glove.
I've heard a gold glove. What is it?
I have no idea.
A more exclusive award given to the single best defensive player in each. Oh, wow.
Hunter Hall, Matt McMahon cooking on the hardwood would be the breath of fresh air y'all need. That would be awesome.
It's not going to happen. We'll have that conversation when we get to it.
I'll believe it when I see it. But, I mean, hopefully it does. Kim Mulkey will provide a good product.
Yes.
Platinum.
That's awesome.
That is pretty sick.
I'd rather. I know Silver Slugger is probably more important, but a platinum glove would be surreal.
It's platinum.
It's platinum. It's chicken. Largest city by population in North America. Toronto? It's Canada for sure, probably. Like something up there. Ottawa?
Ontario. Nova Scotia. Mexico City, Mexico.
Cuba.
Mexico City.
Go. Whoops.
Oh my gosh.
Beverages. Found in grocery stores and convenience stations, Starbucks sells this variety of canned coffee drinks with flavors like dark caramel. Are you caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel. Rich vanilla and bold mocha.
It's like their little, it's a little,
Double shot.
is that what it's called?
Something like, is that what it's called? I mean, we've gotten so many wrong.
You might as well.
Sorry,
Whatever.
what was it? You know what I'm talking about. Triple shot. God damn it.
Not doubles.
I love a triple. They always ask me at
Chicago-based medical drama from 94 to 2000?
oh, is this ER?
Was that in Chicago?
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know. I've seen the new NBC lineup of
I'm waiting for the chat because I've been rude.
Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD. Good shows.
Nashville 911. Seems like that place is
Chicago
going.
Hope.
Ah,
But Chicago, the Chicago trio
triple shot.
is good. Shout out to Paul. Paul's a big fan of Chicago Fire, Med, and PD.
That sounds awful.
No, it's like a universe. They all.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm choosing actively to not participate.
You need
in
to
that
watch
one.
it.
No.
You don't like cop shows?
What was the? Oh, this is what spoiled it for me. Grey's Anatomy. Still on, apparently.
Still, but like everyone's gone
Right.
or dead.
Sure.
I watched it for a little while,
Yeah.
and then they started killing people, and I was like, everybody's dead now.
I don't. Yeah. There wasn't enough intrigue with the romance to be like there shouldn't have been. So they just went to murder. Meredith Grey is not that attractive. She can't be hot now.
It's just the part that when I stopped watching
The
it
best
was
looking
when
person in the show was the Big Dreamy.
and when he died, I was like,
He's dead.
He died in the show, yeah.
What happened?
He got like, hit by 18 wheeler.
That's
I was like, I'm done. I'm not watching this anymore.
whenever there was an episode.
Just wanted to look at him.
There was an episode. I don't know if there were two doctors. I think a doctor did die, but two people had been impaled by a rocket, and they went to Grey's Anatomy, and they were like, "This is still a live bomb." Something happened, but
Oh yeah, the live bomb. I remember it was a cannonball.
yeah, whatever. Well, it could be a
You're
cannonball.
holding the.
Yeah, they had to open
The
it
live
up and
round,
take,
right.
Yep. Watching that with a doctor will really take the suspense. It's like none of this is possible.
Well, that ruins the
That's
show.
what he does every time. Like they intubate somebody, it's like that's not how you do that. It's
Yeah.
like okay, we'll just change it.
It's like watching. It's like if you aren't a big like sports fan,
Right.
you watch with me, and I'm like,
If
like
you-
that was good. No, it wasn't.
That's not what it looks
What are you
like.
talking about? It's not. It was lucky.
No, like not even sports. When they put sports on a television show,
Right.
and you're like,
That's not how you throw a football.
That's not what that does.
Oh my gosh! Anytime that you see the jump shot like this, and then you just cut to an angle of just the goal with the ball, it's like,
No,
no.
There's not a-
Poltergeist.
nice. But I will say, Chad Powers, good football.
Yeah,
He can throw it a little bit.
and that's
He
a credit
looked-
to the show, because a lot of shows screw that part up.
Yep.
That's why I was impressed with when we watched Eddie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
good
they
ball.
got the sport right. That's the most important part for me in a movie like that. What does this say?
I got sunshine in a bag.
Feeling,
We'll get copyrighted.
It's
for that.
yeah. It's the old guy. What's his name?
Is it called Gorillas?
No. That's the
That's the band.
Clint Eastwood. That's his name.
Oh, Hunter Hall. Nice.
Good actor. Good director.
Both. And owns Pebble Beach.
Legend. Shout out Clint
It's the
Eastwood.
most American thing you can do. He bought it so the Chinese couldn't buy it. I'm serious.
No, I believe you.
He saved us. Not again. Not this coast. You had your Hawaii. Pebble Beach stays.
You're Hawaii.
Yeah. Pearl Harbor?
That was not China.
Who was it? Japan? Well, then they could be buying. It could have been them too. But Clint Eastwood, a real American hero. Don't get lost in the narrative. The point of this is Clint Eastwood saved prime real estate for America to keep. We don't do that's an attack on soil, American soil.
American soil.
American soil.
I appreciate everybody joining us this morning on this Tuesday morning, hanging out with us once again. We will be back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. The schedule for this weekend, post-game show at Golf Suites after the Texas A&M game, and then Sunday, of course, we will be at Pizza Byron's, recapping it all. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m.
We used to stack fucks like you, 6 feet tall. Shout out Clint Eastwood. Thank you.
Shout out to him.
Shot 85.
Huh?